Okay. Hello. Hey, everybody. I'm Miss Alosha.
And I'm Osamed. And this is for the Plot Podcast.
Episode 1.
Season 1.
Season 1.
So what's going on?
I'm tired. So today's my daughter's 4th birthday. Well, obviously, it's Zoe's birthday. We did her birthday party yesterday. And that was OMG. Because I don't even want to look at how much I've spent. I just was I just put out the credit card and I'm not even going to add it up later. But what was most frustrating is that I did all of the shopping to have a party for 20 people because she invited her friends. Some of her friends had siblings, their parents. Spoke to the parents. They confirmed that they were coming, or they were like, oh, yeah, I'm going to text you a confirmation because they got official invitations with my phone number that said, please RSVP with mom. And not a single one of her friends showed up. Not a single one. So I have all this extra stuff now. Running around, shopping, spending, compensating for all these people. And it was us and our kids.
Right.
It was a play date with her cousin.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now I'm just have the aftermath of that. We were up until midnight. We fell asleep. And then I woke up this morning. And now I'm here.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I hate. I feel like I've had enough parties, kids parties, and there's always people who say they're coming and don't. Yeah. And it's annoying when you don't have people RSVP.
Right.
I'd much rather you not RSVP and then show up, because if there's not a goodie bag for you, that's not the end of the world.
Exactly. Putting together goodie bags and all of that stuff, and it's just expensive. Ridiculous. This is your mom calling.
Those numbers just add up. And I'm like,
yeah, that's why I'm not even gonna look.
Yeah, I don't think I've never RSVP'd to an event and then didn't show up. There was never even a time where it was oh, I had an emergency. Right. And I'd still let them know. So with people, and I'm like, you planned out your weekend. There's only 2 days in a weekend. He was like, I'm going to this birthday party. And then what?
And they got the invitations 3 weeks in advance.
Right. And I post mine right to my fridge.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to see everything that we have. I put it on my calendar. But I think a lot of people are just irresponsible.
Yeah.
And they're still figuring out parenting. A lot of people don't invest in their kids' social lives. And so, yeah, it's annoying. But Zoe had a blast.
Bro.
That's what I was happy about. Yeah.
And that's why it's after y'all left, I finally found the blasters. Right. So I got and it was multi-packs, 5 in a pack of, the ones that look like crayon, the little water blasters.
Right.
And this girl was just going nonstop. She was jumping into the 6-foot deep water. Once she learned how to fill it up, it took her all of 2 tries. Filling up her blaster, she was shooting people. She's running around the pool, shooting us from outside the pool. She had so much fun. And we got inside, and she's still like, you want to watch a movie with me? Let's watch a movie together.
Girl, go to sleep.
Well, I thought she was going to be passed out 8:30, 9 o'clock. But no, she was still ready to party all the way up until midnight.
So Hero cried himself to sleep.
Oh, my gosh.
Since we had to leave, and he was there in the car, I won Zoe. And I was like, okay, Hero, you got to take a deep breath. He took a deep breath. He was still kind of whining, and then just passed out, put some music on. Him and Kyle slept for hours. We left at 5:30. Mm-hmm. By the time we got here at 6, they were already asleep.
Okay.
I didn't leave the house till 7:30 to go to the quinceañera and quinceañera. I keep saying it right, wrong. And they were still sleeping.
Oh wow.
Hero woke up, came only on the couch. Well, he woke up asking for Zoe. I want Zoe. Went right back to sleep, and he did it again. And so Miss Lorraine put him on the living room couch so that he didn't wake up Kyle. I was so happy.
And honestly, the whole party could have just been them two.
Exactly.
They had their own dance party. They were playing with
the balloons.
They had their floaties. They're in and out the pool. Zoe was trying to get him to jump in with her. And I'm like, I don't need anything but each other.
Exactly.
And some safety gear.
Word.
So, but that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. It's just unfortunate when it comes to the extra spending you have to do.
Word.
Because it's guys, I really didn't have to.
Right, exactly. Could have just saved at least.
I wonder what the moms are going to say when you see them.
Exactly.
Oh, some type of
excuse. How was her party?
Right.
Yeah, we couldn't make it. No freaking duh.
Right, you didn't text me. That's what's always scary to me about inviting strangers.
Yeah.
If my kids have their set friends. But if it's like classmates type of things, because those people don't be feeling no type of obligated to keep their word, nothing.
Right, and especially if they're not involved in the school, then it's just oh, my kid's friend from school, my kid's classmate. but it's not like, oh, you're showing up and you're spending time with any of these other kids. So
right, exactly, or had any play dates. Again, it's like they didn't invest in the relationship, so
right,
they just don't feel like they have any commitment, which is still wrong because it's
right.
like, well, if you say something, then you should have commitment to your word.
Otherwise, these are kids that your kid ultimately spends most of their life with at this point. Our kids are at school from anywhere from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Right.
So you get them up at what, 6 to drop them to school for 7. The latest they can get to school is 9 o'clock.
Right.
The earliest y'all are picking them up is 3 o'clock. So anywhere between 6 and 10 hours, 6 and 11 hours that they're there with these other kids. That's more time than we get with our own kids.
Yeah.
We see them for 1 hour in the morning, which they're half asleep for most of it. And then we get them home at 6 o'clock and they're asleep again by 9, 10 o'clock. Right. So
yeah, I mean, I think though a lot of people just aren't invested in their kids' lives because I see the same thing with soccer, and it's like you sign your kid up for soccer. Granted, it wasn't expensive, so now you really don't feel like you got to show up.
Right.
You're not showing up for practice. You're randomly not showing up for games. Like you don't prioritize it. Whereas you have some parents, they put their kid in the sport and they're like, no, we're here at every practice, at every game. Somebody invite us to blah, 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 but that clashes with my kid's game schedule. Right. You see what I'm saying?
But imagine they did it like some gym memberships do it. Like, for example, Orange Theory. You pay the monthly fee, and then you have to schedule the class. Every time you miss a class, they charge you.
Oh, wow, right.
So if they had it, because once the money's spent, it's gone.
Right.
So they're signing their kids up for soccer. They're paying $100,
exactly,
whatever,
for the whole season.
And then that's it. Whether they go or not, they've already spent the $100.
Right.
But if it's like you pay $100 and then you have to pay $10 every time your kid misses practice.
Exactly.
Now they have to
like,
go to practice.
Nah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Stuff like that, though. But I'm like, it's so frustrating because it's like adults, sometimes they're just like big kids.
Yeah.
Just irresponsible.
But that's my thing. I feel like a lot of people are responsible, and then a lot of people have kids and they never like upgraded.
Yeah.
They're still just as irresponsible, but with more responsibility.
Right.
I've had of course my kids do all types of play dates, and then I've had some people, it's like, oh, it's my kid's first play date. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So they really just socialize at school, but I feel like you're raising them to have this kind of double life thing.
Yeah.
It's like if I have a boyfriend and we have a long relationship, never met any of my people. Are you really my boyfriend?
But that's also, I think, how people end up having kids who are two different people.
Mm-hmm.
Their kid has their whole social life that has nothing to do with their parents.
Exactly.
Because I'm at school with all my friends and my teachers for half of my day, and my mom is not there participating or
don't volunteer,
contributing. Exactly.
Doesn't know the other parents or my friends at all.
So ultimately, now it's going to get to the point where now I have the version of myself at school and the version of myself at home, because those two worlds never mix.
Exactly.
And I'm like, and then parents be so surprised when their kid gets to high school, they don't know who they are because they don't know what they've been doing for the past 10 years.
And then the kids are older and they have the capabilities to do more, and you're shocked when your kid is doing this or that. You're getting calls about so-and-so happened at school, or they're skipping school. And it's like
my kid, they would never, because they're not like that at home. They're a different person at home.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Breezy Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so have you seen the guy on Instagram who does the Breezy Bowl shirts? And they're on football jerseys? And I want to say he paints them with Q-tips.
Oh my God.
It's like Q-tips, and I think some of them might be bedazzled. The thing is that he be so backed up on orders that I have no idea when they even ship.
Oh.
So we're going to Breezy Bowl in 1 month. And I'm just like, okay, I don't think, because that's another thing. How much do they cost, sir? I might be willing to pay. But these shirts are so freaking nice. Mm-hmm. And then it's like the people in the comments are like, oh, just received my order. But they're not saying that they put their order in 2 months ago. So I'm like, okay. And he will say, it takes time, because obviously he's literally doing it by hand.
Right.
They're full football jerseys,
Right.
And it's a big old picture. He does different portraits of Chris Brown.
That sounds lovely expensive.
Exactly.
Because I know I'd be charging an arm and a leg.
Me too. And it's like, but they're so, and I would wear that with some denim shorts and call it a day. But I'm just like, I would love to have, but I need to get some type of custom shirt for us to go.
So that's
because I need to be comfortable at the concert.
Yeah.
I want to look cute.
Yeah. So initially I was planning on getting, if my body permits me by then, but I was planning on getting the dress, the fitted dress that's like a naked body.
Oh, okay.
I wanted that. But now that you say that, I'm like, I love wearing like an oversized jersey as a dress. That's that's always been something I was into. So I'm thinking about looking like if I can get one, or just even the like the t-shirt dresses, but Chris Brown.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I do want to wear something Chris
Right,
Brown, like the
those would be
graffiti
nice.
ones, because I used to see them out like back when we lived in Brooklyn,
Right.
like over Pitkin Ave. They used to have those types of shirts and stuff like that.
But now I'm wondering if I should just like if they sell merch before the show, I would literally just go in cut off shorts and a tank top. And just buy a shirt there and some sneakers and call it a day.
Yeah.
Do my makeup, put my earrings on.
So you know how I said I wasn't going to braid my hair before we go to Jersey? And then I was like, I am going to braid my hair because I've been struggling. For the quinceañera yesterday, I was supposed to wear it down and curly. But Friday, after sales and deliveries, I was like, no, I'm going to bed. So then I ended up just wearing the bun. But so then I'm like, okay, I do want to wear it out in Jersey. And then I remembered, I was like, crap, but we come back from Jersey and the Breezy Bowl's the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be there sweating out my curls. I was like, let me just put my hair in braids.
But that's
so
what I'm thinking.
We're back
I might end up putting my hair in twists.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, then we come back, go to the concert, and I go to work the next
day.
I
was going to say that too, because even when I was thinking about, the concert's the next day, I'm like, I bet you if I bring this up to you, you're going to be like, actually, let me braid my hair, because then you do work right after.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, that's a lot to then be like, let me do my hair.
But it's like, now that my locks are maturing, so they are, I did the end of September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So they're 9 months old now.
Oh, wow.
So now that they're I'm like, now that they're maturing, it is a lot easier to do them because I don't feel like I'm getting up and I'm like, what am I going to do with my hair to work? Now I can put it in 2 ponytails.
Right.
And brush it and go to work. So it's like, I'm not too worried about that as I was the beginning of last school year, where it was like, I was literally taking it out of twist, washing it, conditioning it, retwisting it, and putting it right back in twist all in one day. To then go to work on Monday.
Right.
And I was able to keep the twist in for anywhere between like an average of 6 weeks. I think one time I kept them for like 8 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And they still looked good.
Yeah.
But now that I'm more comfortable with them out, I'm not worried about like how they look. Because I'm like, I be showing up to work and I'm like, you take what you get and you don't get upset. But it will be nice just for the sake of like, okay, we're going home.
Right.
And
a little
then
mini
coming
vacation,
back and starting
concert.
The new school year.
Yeah.
But after that, I'm not going back to twist because I think it's starting to break my roots here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So that's why I was like, I was even considering I'm going to start retwisting with gel, with lock-in gel, but I need to get like a good
instead of just the castor oil.
Yeah, because I'm like, and then I also have the tiny little crochet hook because I want to do a little bit of repairing. It's literally just right here, which I've always had a rough patch here. The ones all around it is just fine, but I'm like, these are going to have to do some type of lock repair in the roots or something to make sure that the roots lock in.
Do you use Wild Growth regularly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And rosemary water and castor oil. Those are the only 3 products I use. And obviously shampoo and conditioner.
Right.
But I'm like, I think I'm just going to have to start doing a little bit more just to get the roots in this little area locked in.
Right.
Because after they fully lock in, then I'll just go back to just retwisting it.
You know what's so funny? And we all said like we had that rough patch of hair right in that center spot, right? Like bat kind of center spot. And mine's was always like, it was, and I'm not going to say always, but when I really like got into doing my hair was when I permed it when I was a teenager. And it was always shorter because when I'd get my hair trimmed, they cut that shorter because it was always thin on the ends.
Yeah.
And as it grew, it stayed thin on the ends. When I was pregnant with Leo and I stopped perming my hair and I cut off all the permed hair, I've never had that problem again. The center hair is just the same. Wow.
Because after I had Zoe, like, okay, I went through the postpartum hair loss just right in my edges, and probably my eyebrows. I don't know, man. But when I tell you the rest of it, like looking back at pictures, I did not realize my hair was down my back. Yeah.
Right.
It was because it was so inconvenient for me. I always just had it up in a messy bun or tied back somehow. And I wasn't even really doing it like that, which is I ended up cutting it off, of course. But looking back at pictures, I'd be like, dang, I wish I would have maybe just trimmed them or something.
Right.
But they got so long in that second half of my pregnancy through the first couple months. Because I cut them off when she was only 4 months.
Right, yeah.
So it was like, dang. Now I'm looking forward to getting back to that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, with my kids, my hair doesn't grow.
Oh, okay.
It grows like wildly slow.
But with Kyle,
I'm trying to think with him, how did it grow? Because I did wear my hair braided because I just didn't have time to do it a lot.
You had cut off your locks before you got pregnant.
I feel like it definitely grew back very fast after I cut off my locks. So that was October, and then I found out I was pregnant in June. But from October to October, I had a whole head of hair. I cut off all of my hair.
So it was growing anyway.
So yeah, so it was just growing fast.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but I would say it didn't start growing slow during my pregnancy.
Gotcha.
Kimora and Leonardo, my hair was like, girl, and then after I'd have them, it grows super fast.
Right.
Because it was like, I had Kimora, and my hair was still like here.
Mm-hmm.
And by, what is it? What's the holiday after her birthday? Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving, yeah.
By Thanksgiving, I have a picture, and it was flipped up like this.
Oh,
and I was like, and I remember mommy saying, like, when did your hair grow? And it was like, it just started coming out as soon as she came out.
Okay.
But yeah, but it was short my entire pregnancy. I had kind of like that boy cut.
Right,
and it was still permed. But yeah, I'm like, I'm going to braid it. And then, so I can make sure my hair don't look crazy at the concert. Just to get to see my boo.
I seen a post, and it was a post, and the guy was saying that his girlfriend asked him, like, oh, what would you do if I go to the Chris Brown concert? He pulls me back up on stage. And he said, with the seats you got, Chris Brown ain't pulling you up on stage. I'm like, that's so messed up. Like, maybe when he's flying over the crowd.
When he's flying over, he's like, ooh, I look at that girl.
Go down there.
Though, I remember when they used to, at concerts, and they used to, like, randomly pick a seat, and they used to call up, and I'm like, y'all should be picking from the back.
Word.
I just feel like that's respectful.
Exactly.
I mean, I get the front people paid a lot of money.
They're already getting their money for it.
Exactly. Good thing about your fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've seen some people are so negative, posting out Chris Brown and he got arrested for blah, 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 and trying to bash him. And I'm like, guys, for one, I just didn't like that story. Oh yeah, okay. He hit me with a bottle and they were kicking me while I was down.
Because I saw, for hitting a producer with a bottle. Then I started seeing different posts brutally beating a producer with a bottle. And I'm like, okay, what was the altercation? Did he brutally beat him? Did he hit him one time? Did he hit him and other people jumped on him?
They're saying other people was kicking him. And I'm like, wait, he hit you on the with over the head with the bottle and you fell?
So where were your friends? They was all jumping you and nobody was helping you?
What was the altercation? Why? I don't think he just was, look at that guy. Let me hit him with a bottle. So that's what annoys me about information. I hate half stories because I have all these questions and I'm like, I'm not about to go investigate in something this petty. This is not important in my life.
He pleaded innocent. So I'm thinking, like, wait a second. Okay, what did you do? Like, what did you do?
You did over the bottle, but it was justified.
Are you saying it was self-defense? Are you saying it was your guys versus his guys? I mean, some of these places are saying that you brutally beat him. How many times did you hit him?
Right. People was like, oh, he shouldn't have went back and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, but his team really should have made sure of that. This man is doing 1,000,001 things, rehearsing, who knows how much sleep he's getting.
Right.
Your team should have made sure that you were cleared to go, knowing that there was an altercation in this of a city. Because where was that? Was that
Amsterdam or
okay, something like that.
Turkey? It was somewhere in Europe.
Europe, but not like London or nothing. Yeah, so I was just like, but then people online that's so mad. Y'all don't know this man that hit over. I'm sorry. It maybe depends on what you did. Because maybe I would have hit you over there with the bottle tip.
Exactly.
I don't know.
But that's why I think it's so crazy when people argue in the comments because it's like you're arguing over an incident that you were not there for, involving people you do not know.
Right. And information, like, they've still given us so little information that I'm like, I still don't know what happened.
Ultimately.
Over headline, exactly. I still don't know what happened.
So, I'm like, well, I'll be at the concert either way.
Team Breezy,
he better be at the
either
concert.
way.
Word.
Exactly. I was so relieved when they freed him because I was just like, really arrested though? Like,
right
all this time that went by.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and then of course people was linking that to Jay-Z and Tory Lanez, and he posted free Tory Lanez, so did DDG.
He posted free Tory Lanez and got arrested the very next day.
For one, I love people who will really stand
deep
up
dive into
for what they believe in.
Yeah,
because I'm like, clearly we know that Whole Tory Lanez thing is controversial.
Right.
We know for a fact there's people who support him that aren't going to come out because of now they're going to get that backlash.
Right, exactly.
People who don't care.
PR. There's so many people who's worried about the optics of it. Oh, it's not a good time to be controversial. Oh, because the public opinion is swaying this way and I don't want to go against the public opinion, so I'm just not going to say anything, even if I disagree with them.
Right.
And I think that is the biggest issue, because it's like, Chris Brown seems to not care. You know who else didn't care? Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson used to be making whole diss records to journalists. I never knew a journalist's name until Michael Jackson made a diss record about them. And I'm just like, but I feel like that's the same thing. We are. Why is he? All right, so I'm going to give the weather report. We are moving into the summertime. As you know, it's getting very, very hot, but that also means we're moving into rain season down here. So for this upcoming weekend, about 50% chance of rain, but it will be warm. The high is 90, the low is 77, which means it is still perfect for, if you go to some restaurants, they have like some of their dining is in like a sunroom, or they have like the large awning overhead. So specifically like Milk Money in Fort Lauderdale, really, really nice restaurant. They do brunch, breakfast, dinner. I think they do live music some nights. They do specials, vegetarian and vegan specials on Tuesdays, meat eater specials on Thursdays. They have happy hour, but their outdoor seating is completely covered with like a big giant wooden awning, and they have fans out there. So it is still a good time to go outside. You don't have to stay inside because it's raining. If you choose to stay inside, there are some really good movies on Netflix. Straw, the Tyler Perry movie with Taraji P. Henson, got really good reviews. I have not watched it.
I heard some funny stuff about that movie.
I heard it was entertaining. A bunch of new shows. Kevin Can F Himself on Netflix. That's good. Hulu has a lot of really good shows.
Oh, the new season of what is it called? Midwife. What's with the weird
Handmaid's Final season, right?
Yes, final season is out, which I have not started that yet. And Wheel of Time on Prime. I feel like that season is over now, but like it's only a few episodes, so I need to catch up.
If you're into like crime shows, Will Trent on Hulu is very good. Detective Stabler from Law and Order SVU now has his own show, and I can't say now because I think they're like 3 or 5 seasons in.
Oh wow!
But that one, I started it. That one's really good. And Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I just finished season 2. If you're into some reality drama out in Utah, then that's really good. I don't know if your date would be into it, but you'd be surprised though by how many men are into women's shows.
Yeah.
You put it on. Oh, I would never watch that. Oh, I don't watch reality TV. There's somebody coming to your door. Okay. So yeah, if you are going to stay in because of the rain, then there is a lot of good TV to catch up on, whether you like suspense, thriller, drama, reality, whatever it is. Movies, Disney Plus adds so much stuff. I have all the streaming services, so I know all the things. And if you're going to go out, don't let the rain stop you. Grab your umbrella.
I'm letting the rain stop me.
Put on some shoes with a good grip. But no, there's so many places that still have like an outdoor vibe.
Yeah.
And are completely covered so you're not getting wet.
Or if you're just going to be indoor. Yeah.
Right.
Because what movies are in theaters now?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. But she's vegan. I'm vegetarian. And her longtime spot, which is my new spot now, Planta, which is vegan sushi place, and they do some other stuff in Fort Lauderdale. Really, really good food.
And granted, they do more other stuff. It's like it's a upscale vegan restaurant.
Yeah,
with a good sized sushi menu.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because it's not even Asian fusion.
Right.
They have all types of different culture foods.
But I guess because of like a good amount of their entrees, like the cauliflower, that's Asian style.
That's true. But I guess the other one, like the bowl. Okay, poke bowl. That is a lot of their stuff is like Asian fusion.
And then they just threw a little
extra
Chipotle
things.
bowl in
Word.
there. They do serve chunk meat for you plant-based eaters that know what we're talking about. Their chunk steak is so good.
But no, there's the live action Lilo and Stitch. I had no interest in seeing that. But Ballerina, which is from the John Wick world, that was actually very entertaining. And it had John Wick in it, so that helped.
So you know what I'm hearing about Lilo and Stitch? Is that they completely changed the story.
Yep.
This guy said that the Lilo sister gives her up to the neighbors for the neighbors to raise her so she can go to school in America for what
they live in America, they're Hawaiian.
Right, but to go to the rest of America.
The mainland.
Yes, for whatever it was has to do with water. Studying some type of water. And he's like, you can't study water in Hawaii? That's wild, one. Two, of course, the whole original movie revolved around her trying to keep her sister.
Right.
Because the parents died. Okay, and again, I didn't watch it, but the guy that had posted about it said that they made it seem like her parents didn't die, like they abandoned them.
Okay, so I saw one particular
they're promoting
scene
like
I watched the original movies and the show.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that her older sister was very like even their sibling issues was because of the fact that Lilo was very young and her older sister was also very young. Her sister was like 21 years old.
Okay, I thought she was 19.
Take care of like the 6-year-old, somewhere between there, but she was young, trying to take care of the 6-year-old. But the sister had very, very deep family values.
Right.
So even when the sister doesn't want to keep Stitch and like they get into this whole argument, all of the things she's saying to Lilo is still based on like, I'm trying to do what's in your best interest and keep a roof over our heads and take care of us. In the live action version, they made the sister seem like she was very resentful towards Lilo. And she wasn't like that in the movie at all.
Right, yeah.
It was like she was just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But it was like there's a specific scene.
She was fighting so hard to keep
look it up. Exactly. Because it's like the script, they made the whole argument different because the sister was saying mean things to her. And that's not how it was in the original.
Right. Lilo was the one that would say something mean because she was angry and the sister was there trying to
de-escalate.
Right.
So that's what I'm like, why would they change her character to like this annoying big sister and she wasn't like that at all.
Right, exactly. She really was trying to act like a parent. I mean, the whole thing was about her trying to keep her out of the foster care system.
Exactly.
And the guy was like, and then she just gives them to the neighbors, like who to cover these neighbors. So I'm like, I want to watch it just so that I know for sure what it is.
Yeah.
Instead of just going off of someone else. And then I figured the kids would like to watch it because, you know, Kimmy's a Stitch fan and they watch the show and the movie and stuff like that.
So if your date this weekend includes y'all kids, Lilo and Stitch live action is still in
That is not a date. That is a job.
I went on a full date with our kids. That was nice.
Yeah, man. What else? There was something else. Oh, speaking of dating, we're talking about dating someone who, like, okay, so we're both Black, clearly.
Clearly for me.
Wow. I bet you I'm more Black than you. Well, no, okay. So actually, let's talk about that real quick. We have a few sisters, right? And let's just talk about the four of us. 2 are brown skin and 2 are lighter brown. Because, you know, they say I can't call myself light skin.
2 are brown skin, 2 are light skin. She currently has a summer tan. She is normally very fair. But go ahead.
So our 2 older sisters, also brown and then light skin. Our brown skin sister is 78% Black African. And our light skin sister is 79% African. I said, I'm about to blow you out the water. I'm going to be 80%. Because our brother, who's between the shades, he's like, Knock is like 82%. So you're going to be like 79. I'll be 80%. I'll be like, oh yeah.
87%.
I'm going to go to my high school 20th reunion and be like, and all y'all was saying I wasn't as Black, right?
She's definitely Black talking like that.
Oh man. But we were talking about, if you dated a guy, a Black guy who only dated white women and was like, but you're just so beautiful, you know.
So here's my thing. 2 things. One, obviously I'm not dating a Black guy who only dates white women who thinks I'm the exception. Like, yes, I feel like I'm the exception to a lot of rules, but he's not allowed to feel that way. Like, oh, you're a special Black girl. Because it's giving backhanded compliment. Like, you know, when people are like, oh, you're so pretty for a dark skin girl. Oh, your hair is so nice for a black girl. No, I'm pretty and my hair is nice. And it's not for a black anything, because that's making it sound like, and in comparison to your peers.
Right.
No, I love black people. I think black women are beautiful. I think black hair is beautiful for all the textures, because all textures can have healthy hair.
Right.
It's not, everyone's not going to have long hair. Everyone's not going to have wavy hair. Everyone's not going to have whatever.
Yeah.
But as far as whether their own natural texture can be beautiful for what it is, if it's healthy, yes, then they have beautiful hair. 2, I said I wouldn't date a black guy who even casually dates white women. That might be a little bit controversial, but here's why. Why are you dating white women? No shade to the white women, okay? However, for me personally, I date black men who only date colored women. I give Latinos a pass. Some of them are black. But like, if you casually date, if you've dated a white woman before, like I've dated a white guy, but I wouldn't consider myself someone who dates all races.
Okay.
I was living in North Dakota for 5 years, so it's a little bit different, you know? And that was like and I was 21, and it's like, oh yes, you know, you go on Tinder or whatever, you're going to match with some white guy. So yes, I dated a white guy before. But now, like, I only date black men.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
Yeah, I always saw myself as someone who dated all races, but I've actually never dated a white guy. Because the only time like a hot white guy approached me, I was
Dylan?
in. Well, I guess so, because he was white and Syrian.
He was white.
Dylan was powder white though. Like his actual skin complexion was like a white person's not even that white. Oh, so I guess I did. I guess, yeah, because he was kind of ghetto. And when he said Syrian, like, okay, I'm thinking, what is Syrian? They kind of look, they're like Middle Eastern. So a lot of them look, but some of them are pretty white looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's true. So I guess so. Because I was going to say this one really hot white guy when I was like early 20s. He tried to talk to me, but I was in a relationship. Syrians are white? Oh, they look pretty white. Just with really dark hair and full eyebrows. Okay, so Dylan, I did date a white guy.
Some of them are a little tanner than others, but a lot of them, it's like Egyptians.
Like Italians. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, scratch that. But now that you say that, I'm dating Asian, Indian, Latino, black, white. Who am I missing? Where you at? I'm joking.
I've never dated an Asian man.
Oh, okay.
I've dated black, white, and Latino.
Okay. Yeah, I'm attracted to Indians.
Yeah, no.
Something about them, I don't even know. You don't have to be like pretty in the face. Like I usually like pretty guys.
Yeah, but they have a natural charm to them.
Yeah, and like a style, the way they dress and stuff like that, like a demeanor. They have
Bollywood.
It's so different from like black men, but that same like how like black men, like the way black man walks and dresses and stands and talks, like his disposition and demeanor. I be looking like, why are y'all so damn hot?
Right, because black men have swag.
Yeah,
Indians have whatever the Indian version.
Right, exactly, the Indian version of swag. But yeah, if you're a black guy and you're like, I only date white women, but then I dated you, I'm like, no, boo, go back to your soul. I'm sorry.
I'm not looking for your validation.
Yeah, like, and I have no problem with people who date outside of their race.
Me
Again,
neither.
I
just don't want to date them.
Yeah, I just don't want to. If that's like, because I can never imagine saying I only date this. Like I've dated tall, short, light skin, dark skin, different races. I've never said to myself like, oh, I only date. I don't even know what that mindset is, because people are so different beyond their looks.
Right.
That's
prejudice ultimately.
I would love to say I only date hot guys, and I've not only dated hot guys.
Yeah, I only date hot guys from now on, though.
From now, yeah, I've dated only hot guys for a long time.
Right.
But in the very beginning, like, I dated some guys that weren't all that, well, if you talk about their actual face, like, the personality always got to be hot. Like, I'd say all the guys I dated was, like, hot, sexy, you know, real kind of popular type personalities. Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about just like good looking, like, yeah, I only kind of want like really handsome, with some pretty in there. You got to have some pretty features,
and
eyelashes really popping,
pretty. I like men who look manly.
Yeah,
and I think that's like, I think normally they come with a certain level of interestingness, which I like. So it's like sometimes I'll know that like I find someone attractive, but I'll also know that like, oh, so and so wouldn't really find them attractive, or so and so would acknowledge that, oh yeah, that's a good looking guy, but I know that like they're definitely not your type.
Right.
But I'm like, I like very manly looking men.
Yeah.
I think. So
yeah,
they're hot to me.
Right, exactly. But yeah, man. And on that note,
subscribe to our page, follow us.
Like us, follow us, subscribe to our page. We're going to be on Instagram and TikTok.
And YouTube.
We will be back every week.
We will try
our best. We didn't really give intros into like us, like who we are.
We'll post that later. Y'all are going to have to get to know us. I mean, okay. Hi, I'm Miss Alosha. I am 32, a real adult. I am a mom of one. She is 4 today. I'm a teacher. I teach 6th grade computer science at a charter school. And I am a lover of vegan things and outside.
And I am, wait, did you say your name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm Osamer, but most people call me Avery, which is my last name. I am 35 years old. I'm a mom of 4. I have 1 girl who's my oldest and 3 boys. I coach soccer. I love to dance, sing, and garden. And I've done a lot of different things. But right now, I own a cookie business. I am a baker, which I've done that for years. It's called Bite Me Cookies, FL, but for short, just Bite Me. And what else? I like to be on time, and I like a clean house. So I'm a little OCD and a little anxious.
I'm a lot anxious. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, and that is also why I will not be watching Straw on Netflix. Check it out. Let me know how it goes. If you can give me a play-for-play of the actual story, because I'm also a very curious, anxious person. I need to know what happened, but I don't want to experience it.
Yeah. And I'm not a movie person. I'm not really into movies, or I'm not really into TV all that much. I'll watch it here and there, but I do like to drink a lot of water. I love health stuff. And yeah, I guess another episode, like we can kind of dive into some like brands and stuff that we use and things that we like.
We'll talk all about how I am on the road to running a 10K again. I've done it before. Mm-hmm. We are back at it. I'm hoping to stick to it through this hot weather. And yes, I will tell you guys more about that.
And I'll tell you more about my weight loss journey, as my youngest is next week will be 17 months. I had 2 babies in 3 years, so and 2 C-sections, my 3rd and my 4th C-section. So, right, my 2nd and my 3rd C-section, 3rd and 4th babies, my 2nd and my 3rd C-section. And so I've been working on losing weight. So far I've lost over 30 pounds, but there's a lot that goes into that. So we'll dive into that another time. As you will continue to watch, you will see me. I'm still continuing to lose weight. So to glow up this year.
And I'm just here trying to get fit.
Yeah.
And increase my stamina.
But we look forward to talking to you guys and with you guys, or you watching us talk. You know, forever. Love us. Subscribe.
Be obsessed. All I want is for people to be obsessed with me, and that's it. We have to end this episode at some point.
Right. On that note, deuces. Bye.